The Google Nexus 5 might just be the most obviously leaked smartphone since the iPhone 5S, Galaxy S4 and, now we think about it, most of the flagship smartphones this year. It appeared with minimal fanfare, it's made by LG, comes running Android KitKat, and here's the T3 verdict. There's no dodging this one. The design is going to instill one of two emotions. The first is quiet approval, and the second is complete apathy. The matte finish keeps it from slipping out of your hands and adds a touch of premium. Specs-wise, we're talking hugely minimal changes here. The Nexus 5 is 8.59mm thin, which may not seem like much compared to, say, the Galaxy S4 or the iPhone 5S, but it still feels pretty slim. Weighing in at 130 grams, this is a light phone, and you can feel it. Despite all the real estate, you'll have no problem holding it in one hand. The Nexus 5 is the first smartphone to come sporting Android 4.4 KitKat, which means you'll get all the newly announced features, including intelligent caller ID and the new Google Hangouts SMS app. Most notable though is the overall design, and although it may be subtle, KitKat is a move in the right direction. The translucent menu bar lets you appreciate the entire screen, while small things like the removal of clutter from the apps menu means the whole system feels that little bit more polished. If you had one complaint, it's Google's slow but unstoppable march towards integrating Google Plus and its suite of other services into every aspect of what you do. The Nexus 5 comes with a 4.95-inch 1920 by 1080p display with 445 ppi, making it probably one of the highest resolution screens you can buy on a smartphone. The bezels on the side are minute, and you could argue they're pretty small on the top and bottom as well, which means that all your focus will be squarely centered on that fantastic display. Sadly, all good things can't last, and once again, it's the camera which has pulled the short straw. The Nexus 5 features an 8-megapixel rear-facing camera that boasts optical image stabilization and Google's new HDR Plus feature. According to Google, HDR Plus takes more images than normal, allowing for better balancing between contrast and brightness, which in theory should mean better pictures in low light. In reality, we didn't notice much difference, certainly not a noticeable difference between the competition, which were using standard HDR. The Nexus 5 sports a Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 2.26 GHz quad-core processor along with 2GB RAM, giving it almost identical specs to the LG G2. As in the case of the G2, this is also a seriously nippy phone, with apps running smoothly, multitasking is without any lag, and video playback is really smooth. The Nexus 5 comes with a 2,300 mAh battery, significantly smaller than the G2's 3,000 mAh, and in truth it shows. It's only slightly better than the iPhone 5S, with the Nexus 5 just about making it through to the late afternoon with continued but casual usage. When we reviewed the Nexus 4, we praised LG for creating a smartphone that took a step back from being overly designed, instead letting it become a window for the main event, Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. It's managed to do the same with the Nexus 5 and Android KitKat. Then of course there's the price, at $299 for the 16GB and £339 for the 32GB versions. It's slightly more expensive than the Nexus 4, but when you think about the step up, it really doesn't seem that bad. Add to that the fact flagship smartphones are now costing in excess of £500 SIM-free, and Google has clearly lost none of its knack for business. Okay, so the camera is good, not excellent, but there's already talk that Google has admitted it's not great, and it can apparently be fixed with a software update. Of course, we'll have to wait and see. Despite that, this is without a doubt the best Nexus yet. It's one of the best Android smartphones available, and in rather an odd twist, it's probably the best phone LG has made. If we were them, we'd be kicking ourselves. For the latest on Nexus, Google and LG, please subscribe to the channel and keep it locked to T3.com for your latest tech news, reviews and features.